Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we are going to be working on built-in cabinets. So a little background, if you haven't been watching the channel or this is your first time tuning in, I am designing and building my own 50 by 60 hangar home, and I did everything after the metal building was erected. So I did all of the framing, all of the plumbing, all of the electrical, all of the HVAC. I did all that myself. And I also did all the floor plans and designed the house. Me and my wife worked together on it for quite a long time until we came up with a floor plan that we were happy with. Now, in our floor plan, we didn't include a lot of room for closets. So what we have decided to do in order to replace some of the storage area that you would see in closets in a typical house is we are going to be having a lot of built-ins. But let's not waste any time. Let's walk around, take a look at it, and I'll give you an idea of what the game plan is going to be today. So first things first, over this past weekend, my father-in-law Kevin and mother-in-law Kay were in town, and during that time, Kevin painted quite a few of the doors in the house. So quick update here, we did get a nice fresh coat of paint on this shop door, but as we walk in from this shop door kind of into the dining room, kind of stand back and look here. Here's kind of what I'm talking about as far as the built-ins. So the kitchen is of course over there, and we built this kind of false wall. So that's an actual wall, but we built this non-load bearing wall here right up against that beam. And on both sides of the entrance to the kitchen, we have these bottom cabinets that we've installed, and we're going to put a countertop on those, and then we're going to have shelves that go all the way to the ceiling, and then the plan is to maybe do shelves or cabinets or something across the top as well. We're not entirely sure, but there will be a whole wall of kind of built-ins here. And we are using the exact same cabinets from the same supplier that we did for the kitchen. So we were very happy with how the kitchen cabinets turned out. So we are using the same cabinets that we use in the kitchen everywhere else. So like I said, a couple quick updates. My wife has decided that we are going to paint the bottom cabinets that we bought this kind of standard gray. She wants to paint all of these kind of like a light gray green. And then the kitchen island, she wants like a dark green. And that gives us to the next kind of thing that I've done off camera. And I have prepared the kitchen island, or almost prepared the kitchen island for paint. And after that, it'll be ready for countertops. So we just used bottom cabinets here, but we knew that the island was going to be wider than the depth of your typical bottom cabinets. So I have built these end walls here and kind of just out of some 1.5 inch solid material. And then I have lagged these posts into it. So I need to cut some 5/8 wooden dowels into plugs, but there is a 4-inch lag that lags that post into that. And it's countersunk in deep because this is a 4-inch post. And then I will, like I say, I will plug all these holes. I also installed this kind of sheet here, this, I don't know what you call it, this skin on the back of it to kind of cover up where the seams between all the cabinets were, because these are all 3 separate cabinets, so you had these gaps here. And then the painters, which I'm working on getting paint in quotes because I haven't decided if I'm going to paint it or if I'm going to sub it out, but we'll come in and everything will be painted that same dark green. And then we'll have a countertop that will actually hang over a little bit, 1 inch on this side and about 1.5 inches on that side. So that'll be the actual size of the island. And that'll give you a space to tuck stools in on that side of the island. So that's kind of an update on what we got going on in the kitchen. But what we are going to be working on today is back here in the guest bedroom. So in the guest bedroom, when I had originally done the floor plan, we were going to have that entire back wall be a 30-inch deep closet, and we were going to take 30 inches out of this room and have a closet. We actually decided that we are going to kind of convert this into a guest bedroom / office. So I am going to be doing a wall-to-wall, all floor-to-ceiling built-in desk all along this west wall. And I will show you some designs for that, I guess, right now. So this is the kind of bedroom layout that we've decided on. So this is a queen bed, or the size of a queen bed, kind of just to mock where it'll lay out in the room. And then, like we talked about, this entire west wall will be floor to ceiling, built-in desk combination storage. So we actually went ahead and bought all of these cabinets. So I have a 12-inch bottom cabinet, 24-inch bottom cabinet, and then another 12-inch bottom cabinet. And then we got the same thing for some upper cabinets here that will go all the way to the ceiling. So the plan will be, we'll have 2 chairs that tuck in here, and we'll get some monitor mounts that mount on this back wall, and that's where the monitor will live. But that's really it. So let's go back to the video. Anyways, we will not be getting that whole wall of built-ins erected today. What we are primarily focused on is we need to get the bottom cabinets installed. So I'll have the narrow bottom cabinets here, and then the one in the middle, and we need to get those installed for carpet. So the main thing we're getting prepared for today is we would like everything to be ready for carpet. So I need to install these 3 bottom cabinets, and then there is one more. So in here in the master bedroom, this is my closet here on the left. And we have also decided that along this wall, this kind of west wall, we are also going to have a floor to ceiling kind of built in. I'll have a lower cabinet with a countertop, and then some upper cabinets that go all the way up to the ceiling. And that'll just be some storage in my closet. And then I'll figure out what I'm going to do permanently for the rest of this closet at a later date. We are going to do a bunch of built-ins in the master closet, which is all the way there through the bathroom past the cat. But my wife isn't 100% sure what she wants, so we will get to that at a later time. So I briefly mentioned it, but that kind of opens into the next topic, which is an update on the overall stuff of the house. So we are in a mad rush to get 2 major things done before I start work. So I actually recently resigned from my current job, and my old job kept me out of the country or the city a lot. I was gone half the time for work, and I would work remotely and then come back home for kind of like a scheduled days on, days off. So I've been working a 28 days on, 28 days off rotation for the past while. And before that, for the past 10 years, essentially I've been working a 14-day on, 14-day off rotation. So I have recently resigned from that, and I start work in mid-August at my new job, which is more like a normal 9 to 5. So I will not have the big blocks of time off to work on the house, but I will be home every night and every weekend. So progress may slow, it may speed up. I'm actually not entirely sure about how it's going to go once I start my new job, but I have about a month and a half. And in that month and a half before I start work, we really want to get countertops installed, and we want to get carpet in the bedrooms done. So I actually have people coming out tomorrow to measure for countertops. So here is a sample of the countertop we are going with. So we are going with a quartz product, and it's got some kind of grayish flecking to it, but this is the countertops that we have decided to go through. So tomorrow, the countertop company will come out for final measurements. We will have the big U-shaped countertop, of course, all along the bottom cabinets here. We will have the 3-foot by 6-foot island here in the middle, and we will also have matching countertops in the vanities in the bathroom. So we have 3 vanities that will all also be getting that countertop. And of course, the other thing is carpet in the bedrooms. And this is actually what we are more concerned with today. So I have decided that I want to put the bottom cabinets in before the carpet. For a while there, I was thinking about installing them on top of the carpet, but I have landed on putting the bottom cabinets in before carpet. So I need to get these 3 bottom cabinets installed, and then the bottom cabinet in my closet in the master bedroom installed. And once all those cabinets are in, I am ready to start getting carpet quotes. So kind of a long drawn out introduction for this video. Sorry for all the blathering on, but let's not waste any time and let's start installing these cabinets here. Okay, so there's the first one done, and that was pretty painful. Let me go over just a couple things with you. So the first thing, and I've kind of figured out here with a bunch of these that I've been installing, is if you're gonna have the cabinet all the way up against a wall like this, I shim them out with a 1x. Here just to space them off the wall a little bit, because when this face frame is all the way up against the wall, you know, you want the door to open this way, so you want your hinges on this side, and if you don't have them spaced up, the door wants to rub on the drywall. So as you open it, the door will rub on the drywall. So if you space it out from the wall just a little bit like that, and I just use a little piece of white trim behind it, it gives you enough room for the door to open and shut well. So that's not really a problem. I do like doing that. And then, you know, have to go in and paint all that, and then we'll have trim kind of run up to that piece there. But the big problem is right here on the other side of this wall is my tub. And there's a big opening with a header up top, and there's all my plumbing is in this wall. And so not only am I trying to make sure that I don't accidentally drill and screw a hole into my water supply, but there's just no studs or anything on this wall, so I can't suck it up tight to that wall. So I ended up having to put kind of a bunch of shims here in order to tweak it over and twist it so that this face kind of stays as flush against the wall as I can get it. Now there's still a lot of wobble. If I pull on this corner, you can pull this, or especially the bottom one. The bottom one will come away from the wall some. I'm hoping that'll get better once I put the countertops on. There's not even a bottom plate there where that's at to try and get in and screw into that bottom plate from the bottom. So it is what it is. I got that secured as best I could. So let's move over here and start working on this one. So this one didn't go much better. Kind of a good idea if you know you're gonna have cabinets. This is why I did all the blocking for the kitchen cabinets and the vanities. So in this instance, I have a stud right here. So I have a screw at the top and a screw at the bottom, and that's it. So there's a stud here. The next stud is like right here, just outside the cabinet on this wall. And there are no studs in that back foot for me to hit at all, because this is where I started my 16-inch center. So my first stud is over here. So I literally only had one stud to hit. So right now, this cabinet is only being held in by those two screws. I'm gonna have to go to the store and get some super long 4 or 5-inch screws to try and hit this one out here, but at an angle from back here. So I will try to run a screw through the cabinet, this little spacer, and an angle, and hit that stud, but the screws need to be 4 or 5 inches long, and that'll be all that there is holding this cabinet in. I won't have anything along the back. So let's hope that back here, where I install this middle cabinet, I have more than one stud. It's 24 inches wide, so the chances are it's probably only going to be one stud. Let's just see what happens. Okay, so that one wasn't so bad. I was able to catch 2 studs. I got the one stud right there, and then I barely caught this stud here. It's like the edge of this cabinet just lined up with the center line of the stud, but I was able to put my screws in at an angle and hit it. So this one is good and secure. And there they are. There's all 3 bottom cabinets installed. That'll make a pretty cool dual desk, I think. So I got in a bit of a hurry and forgot to turn my camera on, but this is the desktop that we've gone with. So this is just a butcher block countertop. And I have gone ahead and put a coat of stain on it. So instead of oiling it like you would for a food safe application like in a kitchen, we are actually going to stain and urethane this. So this is what it looks like after the first coat of stain. I think it turned out really, really nice. We're really happy with it. We're debating whether or not we're going to do one more coat of stain, but once we get it to the color that we like it, we're going to go ahead and urethane it with a satin urethane. I apologize, I have been slacking on the camera work, but here is the countertop that we have gone with for the desk in the guest bedroom. So it is just a butcher block countertop that we got. We have put a couple coats of stain and 3 coats of a satin polyurethane on it, and that is what we have gone with, and there it is installed. So couple learning points here. Didn't think about it, but a countertop is quite a bit taller than a normal desk. So we have unintentionally built a standing desk. So it'll be primarily standing desk, but we will get some tall office chairs in order to be able to sit at it if you feel like you need to. So there it is behind me, as you can see. I think it turned out pretty great. Fairly happy with the finish on it and how everything turned out. So it is not done. Obviously, we are still going to have all of the built-ins that go all the way up the wall to the ceiling, but for the time being, it is good enough to get ready for carpet. And it was kind of tight, so I did not film myself installing it, but I did get this bottom cabinet here in the closet. So now that that is done, I am ready to start getting quotes for putting down some carpet. So that is going to do it for today's video. I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned, and I'll catch you on the next one.